Inside the Bhagavad Gita, this shloka is very, very popular. Karmanyevadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. Focus on the work, not the fruits, not the results. Do your best and forget the rest. Weird idea. How can anyone act without caring about the outcomes? But to many people, this is motivating and comforting. To others, it simply makes no sense. In this video, I want to give you my understanding of this shloka. And believe me, this foundational idea of Karma Yoga, it is deeply, deeply meaningful and liberating. Let me show you how. My name is Shivam and you are watching Mystics Digest, a channel about hardcore mysticism and no noise. Like and subscribe if you prefer substance over noise. Let's dive in. How can anyone act without caring about the outcomes? This idea is a no-brainer. It is impractical and makes no sense. But the verse is not saying be careless or act blindly. It is pointing to a deeper structure of how reality works. The foundational principle of Karma Yoga is this. You have the authority over actions, not over the outcomes, the results. You are free to act, not free to obtain. This is because the action arises from the individual, the Vyashti, the me, while the results come from the collective, the whole, the Samashti, this universe. What I do flow from me, but what happens involves the participation of the totality. You text a friend. Whether you'll get a reply depends on her mood, her atmosphere, her network quality, everything. I mean, you get the point. That you'll receive a reply depends on quite literally an endless number of things. A list is very, very long. The stream of actions belong to the individual, but the result that the action will eventually yield depends on the Samashti, the whole, the totality of existence. And this is no metaphor. It is quite literally so. Reply to your actions come from the whole, the Samashti. But what you do, it is you, the Vyashti. It is how the Samashti replies to the activities of the Vyashti, the individual. Therefore, Krishna says, you have the right to act. But if you desire for a particular kind of result, it is very naive of you and doesn't reflect maturity. That reaction to your action depends on an infinity of factors is actually a common sense. And to be crazy for a particular kind of result of your action is not a healthy attitude in life. To understand this versa, the understanding of this dichotomy of Vyashti and Samashti is extremely important. The Vyashti, the you, the Samashti, everything except you, everything else. When you do something, you see it getting done. Others also see that you are doing something. The idea here is that the others, the collective, is not passive. It observes and notices and remembers. Judgments form silently. Reputations accumulate slowly. When you do something, people silently notice. It gets impressed on their minds. The reaction of action do not come immediately because the collective is this vast living world. It takes a while for it to notice and process and respond. But what if you are doing something in isolation? When nobody is there to see it, you may ask, who notices then? You notice it. Your conscience notices it, what you have done. Integrity builds confidence. And dishonesty? It breeds guilt. Whatever you do, it gets reflected not only in what you speak, but how you speak. People are really good at picking up non-verbal cues. If your secret occupation is good and you do it again and again, it shows up in your confidence, in the light in your eye, in the gravity of your speech. But if it is bad, and your conscience notices again and again that you are doing something bad, the impression, it accumulates in your mind and it builds up like guilt. Deep inside you know that you are sorry, but you ignore and you keep repeating that act. The collection of guilt will eventually explode in your mind. And the result? A life of anxiety and depression is the result. And it surfaces no matter how you try to suppress it. And people notice it. It shows up in your dim confidence. Whatever you do, it returns, either to bless you if you've done good or curse you if you've been wrong all the while. Karma has its consequence. The Samashti has a way to reply, always. You act, it replies. Nothing disappears. Every action echoes somewhere inside you, in others, or in the wider web of life. That echo is what we loosely call karma. But here's the catch. You cannot decide how, when, and in what form the echo will return. And Samashti is real big. It takes a while for your good acts to get collected and accumulated in the Samashti. And the shloka says, how shall the Samashti reply is none of your business. is not under your control. Your business is up to you. Your action, what you do. How the Samashti replies is none of your business. And the reply is almost always going to be unexpected. You cannot predict how the universe will reply. Because Samashti, the collective, is this giant. It is too big. The universe is too big, too complex. I like to say that this existence is a kind of an infinity of chaos. And your mind is never going to be fully able to understand it, let alone tell how it is going to behave the other day. And on this point, I have a great admiration for this man, Nassim Taleb. He believes in a world ruled by uncertainties and unpredictability, in which precise causes are impossible to isolate. Abstract and theoretical knowledge is of little use. I mean, if you do something and then expect the universe to react to it in a certain way, well, you are free to do whatever you want to do. But Taleb tells us that the world is a chaos, and whatever you anticipate and expect, and how you expect, all of this is of limited use. There are certain ways in which the universe can respond to your actions. If a video goes viral and you open its comment section, it's always surprising to me how people have responded to this little weird thing. There's so many perspectives in the comment section, varieties of reaction. The point is that the collective is too big and complex. How it will respond to your action is always unpredictable, but it responds, and that's for sure. This surety is called Krita-Pranaash. Whatever you do is never lost. The existence will respond. How, when? Well, that's none of your business, and nor is it in your control. It is beyond the capacity of your brain to process. So focus on your work and ignore how it will return to you. This is the basic message of this shloka. You can prepare well for an interview and still fail. Perhaps one of the interview panel members had a fight with their spouse in the morning. What can you do about that? The bad mood? Uncountable factors there are. You write a book and how it sells depends on so many uncontrollable factors. You make a video, how will people find it depends on so many factors. And every single person's reaction depends on a person's history, his health, his atmosphere, and so much more. Too many variables interact at once. So you do action, your duty, what you think is right. What follows as a result is frankly not your doing, not your creation. It is the doing of the collective, the Samashti. It is the creation of the Samashti. And this is the crux of the matter. Ego survives by claiming authorship of what it did not create. There you have it, mysticism. You see that? This shloka will kill your ego if you truly see it happening. It calms you down. It settles you. You no longer see this lack of predictability as a problem. This unpredictability is not a problem in the system. It is the system. The mistake the ego makes is claiming ownership over things that it did not really produce. It says, I succeeded, I failed, when in truth it only acted. The rest was assembled by forces far larger than the self. When this is understood deeply, the ego weakens. You stop demanding that reality obeys your expectations. You act because action is yours. You let results arrive as they will, knowing they were never truly yours to begin with. That's what this verse means. Now you tell me how meaningful and liberating this idea was. The idea of Karma Yoga in the comments. My name is Shivam. See you next time.